Hi all. Well, you know what you're here for. We're doing another Leetcode challenge. These come up daily, and I have once again missed my streak. Pretty much last day of January the 31st, I messed up and forgot to submit my solution. So here we are from zero once again. Today's Leetcode challenge is 2,966. Divide array into arrays with max difference. It's a medium level question, and it seems like it's not doing anything with the graphs, at least. So that aside, let's get into the description. You're given an integer array nums of size n and a positive integer k. Divide the array into one or more arrays of size 3, satisfying the following condition. Each element of nums should be in exactly one array. Each element of nums should be in exactly one array. The difference between any two elements in one array is less than or equal to k. Return a 2D array containing all the arrays. If it's impossible to satisfy the condition, return an empty array. And if there are multiple answers, return any of them. In my own words, we're given an integer array and some number, k. That number k is going to dictate whether clusters, subclusters of those integers in the num array can have the following property. This property is that the difference between the min and the max in that cluster has to be at most k. The property of the cluster itself is that it's of size 3, and the difference between the minimum and the maximum of integers in that cluster is at most k. And we have to figure out if those clusters can be created out of all the numbers in nums. So what does that roughly look like to me? It looks like we have this list nums, and we have to start dividing it, rationing it into sublists of size 3. The first sublist probably is going to be starting with the smallest numbers, so it is already beneficial for us to sort nums prior to doing this operation. But once it's sorted, it sort of guarantees us that the first 3 numbers that we pick are going to be the most similar to each other in the size aspect, right? So if the first 3 numbers, if the min and the max between those 3 numbers doesn't satisfy our condition of being at most different by k, then we already know that there's no way that we're going to make that sub array of size 3 with any other integer in the input nums. So that kind of leads me to think that pretty much all we have to do here is initially sort nums to make sure that we are ready to start subdividing it into numbers of 3 or sub-arrays of size 3. And yeah, once we have that, once we have a sorted array, let's go by 3s and make sure that make sure that the first and the last number that appears in that array is at most different by k. Pretty easy, right? Okay, let's get to coding. So the first check that I want to do is actually say that I want to check that the size of the array actually is going to allow us to subdivide it into subarrays of 3. And I can do that by saying that if L modulo 3 is equal to 0, is not equal to 0, then return empty array, right? Then return the array as in, like, this isn't even possible. Then for, let's see, or let's call it start in range 0 to well, let's call this I, sorry. I in range 0 to L divided by 3. That's going to tell us which subarray we're looking at. Start, they say sub R is just equal to nums starting with start indx is just equal to I times 3, and end is equal to I times 3 plus 2. So I times 3 to I times 3 plus 3. Plus 3, why? Because this is inclusive, this is exclusive. So now we have this subarray. Let's check if the, we need a return value here. Ret equals this. If sub R -1 is minus sub R 0 is greater than 3, then return R empty array, meaning that we weren't able to satisfy the condition. Otherwise, ret append sub R. And we should be done. This should be it, pretty much. Nothing complicated. And I am extremely... Oh, I forgot to sort. This, guys. Nums sort. That's it. Easy peasy. Did I say 3? Why did I say 3? I wanted to say K. There we go. We're beating a good amount of people. 90th percentile. I'm not going to go into depth comparing other solutions, although it could be interesting to take a look. Nums sort is positive true. First, second, third. First, second, third. Same approach. They're doing the same thing, except they destructured it into integers, whereas I'm just simply getting that subarray. Guys, I think that this is extremely easy to read and intuitive solution. Please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much all it takes to solve a medium problem these days. Just a good walkthrough, a good thought process, and solid knowledge of your data structures. Cool. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel and helps me gain more viewers. Thank you. Goodbye.